Hey guys, in this video I will show you how you can code to detect the longest one sequence in a string. And the purpose of this example is to give you an idea about how you can play around with strings. In this example we will have a string of binary numbers, something like this. So here you can see that it's a string, so we will not be able to manipulate this or perform arithmetic operations on a single digit. So we have to, our first step will be to convert this string into a vector. That way, each digit in the string will be stored into a vector. So let me show you how you can do this. Let's say if we define this by, okay, let me just do it here directly. This is our x, and then let's do num2 string x. Okay, so here if you'll see, so here as you can see that the b is just here. So this is our string here, and now each digit of the string is stored in this vector. So we can perform operations on each element or each digit one by one. Okay, now let's set the counter. Oh, okay, so our second step will be a counter for each time algorithm detects one. So whenever this algorithm will detect one in this vector, so it will increase, the counter will increase to 1, and will increase to 1, and then it will detect 1, so again it will become 2. So whenever there will be a 0, the counter will again set to 0, so that it will start from 1, from this one. So it will go to 3, then again it will become 0, then it will start from here, it will go to 4, then 0. So let me show you how we can do this. Okay, let me define a vector, which can where we can store our counter. And as always, this is not a particular, and this, it's not like this is the only way you can do this or make this algorithm. As I told you earlier also, that it depends on your thought process, how you process. So this is my way. I'm just showing you so that you can get idea of how these things are made. So okay, if now we will this is for loop, so this will take each digit of b one by one. So if that digit, here we will compare that if that digit is 1, then we will increase our counter, because we want to count only 1. So if that first initial element will be 1, then the counter will increase to, initially it is 0, it is increased to 1, and then uh, we will store this counter in the first element of our variable which we designed for storing the counter. Else n is equals to 0. So whenever there will the bi will not be equals to 1, the counter will set to 0, and okay, so this will find out the maximum number in the y. Okay, so let me show you step by step that what is going on. So this way it will be easy. Let me just remove these things so it will be more clear to you. Yes, so let's see that what is the length of x, oh sorry, length of yeah, x. This is 15, so it will done for 15 times. Done. Okay, now let's run this. As you can see here, n is set to 1 because initially it is counting 1, so n is 1. Now here y we have stored 1, then again n is 2 because the second digit is also 2, and y is 1 and 2. The 2 is also stored, Now the third digit is 0, so now what will happen, the n will be set to 0 again. So as you can see, let me show you. Okay, here n is 0, again the counter is set to 0, and then if we proceed further, the fourth digit also 0, so again one more 0, then n is again 1, so from here it is again starting its counting. So if I just run this fast, yeah, n2 n3, because there are 3 n's here. Okay, so let me just run this code completely, and what it gives here. Okay, let me just comment all these things. Yes, so here as you can see that y is 4, because as you can see this is the capital Y, 1 2 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4. Here there are 4 ones, so it is storing 4, and our maximum number out of this whole vector will be our final answer, because this is what we are trying to find out, that longest one sequence in a string. Okay, so this is a simple code. Means you can use this kind of logics into anything that you are implementing. It will be helpful for you. Thank you guys.